Welcome to Radicards TV on Radicards.com. I'm your host Patrick, and today Kurt Bench and I will be talking about 3 points. We're going to go through these 5 minutes at a time. We're going to be timed, and then after each 5 minutes is up, we move on to the next piece. So total about 15 minutes, and we're going to be strict on how we go about this. So right now we're timing it. Start now. Okay, question number 1. Resurgence of interest in junk wax. Thoughts, Kurt?
I was guilty of it back in 2012. It just childhood memories was what it was for me, and the need having my own money and having that money to then put towards sets that I started and didn't finish, or maybe trying to go after some really cool insert card that you heard about or one of your friends may have had. So that's kind of what did it for me. Those Fairfield packs with the the jumbled mess, and then had the packs in them. I went crazy over those for like 6 months. I don't know. It was just childhood memories, I guess. That was what did it for me.
Nice. Yeah. For me, it was that when I collected in '88 through the early years of the '90s, you can probably chalk that up to all the way to '94 in terms of the junk wax era. For me, it was I bought a lot of stuff, and I was buying in quantity back then. The more the merrier. So people give me collections of commons, and I'd be super excited. And as I've gotten older, I've focused more on the qualitative approach of acquiring one good example of one of the junk wax cards, and that way, if I get other copies, and I can just know that I'll have a gem mint copy of it, and I won't be seeking out doubles as frequently. So take, for example, the '89 Topps Randy Johnson rookie card. Any of the '89 Griffey rookies would fall into that category. Any of the '88 Tom Glavines. Just cards that I loved growing up. Getting one gem mint copy to me has been exciting to acquire as I've gotten older, and it's sort of added new excitement to old cards that I once owned when I was much younger. So that's where, for me, the resurgence of interest in junk wax has come as I've aged.
It's always pretty sweet to pull those rookie cards. I purposely went back and bought a box of '89 Bowman just so I could get Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, and it literally was in the last pack, the last card of the last pack that I opened. I was getting so disappointed, and there it was, and I just made my day. And I had this whole big stack of junk other than the Hall of Famers and stuff like that, but I got the one card, and I think I paid like $12. I mean, that too doesn't hurt either. You can pay $10 to $15 and get a box of, nostalgia, basically.
Sure. And they printed so much of it because of the supply and demand of the boom of that era, early '90s, is that junk wax will be available for a long, long time. Still sealed packs, sealed boxes. So it's still fun to pull a 1990 Donruss Juan Gonzalez rookie card, and then having, for me, like I said, one gem mint copy of the card, I think is just fantastic. Card that is found in quantity for very cheap. Even some of the guys whose second-year cards hold some notoriety, like Mo Vaughn and Chuck Knobloch, during that '91 season, and their rookie cards are actually in 1990, but the rookie cards don't take on any growth. They just didn't kick off because they were in sets like '90 Score and '90 Bowman, kind of somewhat less interesting than 1991 Stadium Club, right? So that to me is important.
Plus, and when we first kind of hooked up here on YouTube, I was busting those 91, 92, 93 Donruss packs in the hopes of still finding the elite, that kind of stuff. So those things, they're still floating out there. I guarantee you, there's still thousands of those things still sealed up in boxes somewhere. That's just another reason I think people are jumping back into that sort of thing.
Also, too, is when we were younger, we didn't have the buying power that we do now to buy the stuff that we once really appreciated when we were younger. So having that now, it gives us that leeway to really enjoy opening, say, 2 or 3 or 4 boxes of something instead of just hoping to buy a couple of packs when we were younger, saving up. Because a lot of us that collected then that didn't have the cash, we're in our 30s now, a lot of us, and so it makes it, I guess, more exciting, more fun. Next question 2. How and why Bowman Chrome outperforms other brands when it comes to a player's rookie year card. may not be their rookie card, but generally speaking, it might be the player's rookie year card. It's their first year in the major leagues. Okay, so guys, think about this. Think about this. Example, Jason Hayward. He had cards in Bowman Chrome in 2007, but he was in an
Yeah.
Aflac set in 2006. But his first year in the Major
Yeah.
League Baseball was not until 2010. Okay? And those
Yep.
2010 cards were very popular in 2010 when they came out, but they also made the 2007s and 8s also very popular. But the Aflac card, while popular in and of itself, I think people are more attracted to Bowman Chromes because of their notoriety with the so-called rookie card itself.
Well, that is Bowman's gimmick, right? The home of the rookie card, all that kind of stuff, right? To me, I think eBay drives that. So when you get on eBay and you see this Bowman Chrome, autograph or even just rookie card, um, and then if it's blue, red, black, yellow, green, so on and so forth, you get the color, is what you call it. You get the color. Um, that's just something that maybe those other sets don't have. Hayward's a good example. Bryce Harper's a good example. He had cards all the way back in '09. I think they underperformed in comparison to when his Bowman Chrome 2011 card came out. I mean, it was insane. Like I said, I paid $15 for a base card, for my copy of that. So I think it's maybe it's the way it looks. Maybe with the people busting them on YouTube, what do you see more of? Do you see people busting Aflac, 2006 Aflac, or do you see them busting nothing but Bowman Chrome, Bowman prospects and draft picks? And I see more of that than anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. That the Bowman Chromes come with the varied colored parallels. A lot of them autographed. Some of them maybe not autographed, depending on the different parallels. Uh, and and two is that it celebrates the rookie card, so to speak. Whereas, like you were saying, Bryce Harper's 2011, that was his first year in the major leagues, 2011, but he was featured in cards in 2010, 2009. And so his Bowman Chrome from
He didn't.
2010 took off quite a bit, but still wasn't technically speaking a rookie year card. It was a rookie card. But he had a card in 2009,
Right.
Upper Deck. Those are his rookie cards.
Mhm.
But those didn't pick up steam until his 2011 Bowman Chromes came out.
Yeah. People may not have known about him. I mean, I was kind of the same way. I had no idea that there was these random Team USA cards because I mean, who honestly prospects? I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of people out there that prospects everything, but goes through those Team USA cards because most of the time, those Team USA cards really are full of guys that don't make it. Generally speaking, I know like McGuire and now Harper, that kind of thing, but um, and some of that stuff Upper Deck too. That's towards the end of Upper Deck's run in '09. If you think about it, because their last year was in 2010, and if I remember right, they weren't even supposed to put those cards out, and they did it anyway. So I just think that's Bowman's thing is the rookie card, and that's their gimmick. I think it even says it on the pack or on the box. Bowman Chrome is a fantastic card. You have the thicker card stock. The cards, generally don't change less because a lot of the Bowman, at least I was looking through mine before we got on the video, and a lot of them are black bordered, that kind of thing. Like, so it just depends.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a Kendry Morales card from 2006 that has the autograph on there and it's serial numbered or whatever. And it carries more weight in the hobby than his 2005 stuff from, say, Reflections. Like, so for example, the one of one Reflections from '05 I bought, much less than any, and it's not even autographed, much less than any of the sale prices for his 2006 Bowman Chrome cards. And so it's interesting to see that wave. All right, question number 3. Should collectors invest in guys currently on the DL or not performing as expected? So, for example, think back to a couple of years ago when Zach Greinke was hurt and his rookie cards were really cheap. Think when Jason Hayward started to not perform 2 years into his career and his rookie cards started to become more and more affordable. Think if you want to go even further back than that, Travis Lee when he came on the scene in '97, and then it wasn't shortly thereafter where his rookie cards became more affordable. So
Right.
the question is, should we invest in guys who aren't performing or are hurt?
You're talking to the collector of a guy who isn't performing and is extremely hurt the last 2 years. And I still pour a lot of money into collecting, and I'm talking about David Wright. He played 35 games in 2015, and he played like 36 games this past year. So it depends. I mean, what's the injury? Zach Greinke, I know, was going through mental. He has terrible anxiety. He obviously overcame that and became he's a phenomenal pitcher. He had kind of an off year, but I mean, what's the injury? You know, you're talking like David Wright had spinal fusion surgery. I don't, you know, that's what his career is winding down. But yeah, I don't jump on the hype train. You know, everyone went crazy for Yasiel Puig, and he came out of the gate, you know, the first like 2 weeks into his career, and then, you know, that reckless play, and he got hurt a few times, and now, you know, I don't know if anybody really, I don't know if any of his cards hold any value. So that's a tough one. I personally can't say that you shouldn't, because I collect a guy who is hurt
Mm-hmm.
and badly the last couple of years, but generally I don't do that.
Okay, so for me, I collect the guys when the buzz has tapered off. I collect it when it becomes affordable. I collect it as almost as a nostalgia piece, not so much as an investment piece. So I bought Greinke's rookie when he was hurt, and I think I paid $40 for a PSA 10 of his 2002 Upper Deck Premier's auto, which was great. That card significantly fetches more than that much money now, maybe twice as much more. You know, guys.
Yeah, he doesn't sign a lot.
And he doesn't sign a lot. You know, Jason Hayward's stuff's really cheap right now. Maybe it's a good pickup. He has a World Series ring. Travis Lee doesn't play anymore, but if you collected back in '97 when prospecting was in a different beast, different animal of its own, you remember that the huge spike that exists with he and Ben Grieve. But his stuff doesn't sell for really anything. And in fact, it would be a poor investment choice to buy his stuff, because he's not playing anymore, so there's no chance of, say, Hall of Fame, another World Series ring, things like that. But guys that are still playing, they're still on contract, and they might be hurt, might be a good time to buy, because it's low, and there's still a chance for them to come up and be, you know, good players. You know, we talked about Tim Lincecum the other day, how he played, I think, something like 8 or 9 games this past year. That's all he played. And his ERA was someone like above 9. I mean, it just wasn't good. He's with the Angels now. Is now a good time to invest in Tim Lincecum stuff, knowing that he's underperforming?
I would say no. He's done. You know, whatever happened to his fastball, I don't know if it was his motion, that violent, you know, herky-jerky motion he had. I mean, he won 2 back-to-back Cy Youngs and 3 World Series, but I think he's done. And I have a ton of his rookie cards from '07. I have an autograph. He's another one that just basically doesn't sign, period. And the autograph that I have of him is fading. So I paid quite a bit for that autograph. Now I probably couldn't get half back, but if I wanted to.
Would you want to turn it, or would you want to keep it as a memory of when he was hot?
I'm gonna keep it. I have no desire to sell it. I'm just saying, if I wanted to, it probably wouldn't sell. You have a guy like him. I mean, look at, people were souring on Pujols when his first few years with the Angels,
right?
Because he just actually got it fixed. He had plantar fasciitis.
Oh.
So he was, you know, instead of hitting 40 home runs, he hit 25, 26, 30, that kind of thing. So but his cards will forever be expensive. So
done.
Just be careful.
That is it for this episode of Radicards TV. We hope you enjoyed this 3 questions. Thank you for watching. And until next time, enjoy collecting. If you like this video, please subscribe. Enjoy collecting. Thank you.